Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a while. Concert videos don't count, so I'm doing one now. About a week ago, I posted on Facebook saying I'm going to do a Q&A video, send me questions. And then people sent me questions. And I also tweeted it the other day on my Twitter, which you should follow me on. And I'll post it on there. And I posted it on there asking to send me questions if you had one to ask. Question 1, all written in capitals. How long can I stay in a fridge? Love from Meg is great and awesome and fabulous. How long can I stay in a fridge? I would assume as long, it depends on the volume of the fridge, how much else is in the fridge, obviously, and how many times you breathe, I suppose. You know, if you breathe a bit slower, you know, if you're asleep maybe, then you might last a bit longer than like if you start panicking, because then you just run out of oxygen really fast. And if the fridge is full, then that's like a lot of like space that could have been oxygen that is now food that you probably don't even want. So depending, you know, big fridge, empty fridge, asleep, probably longer, but I can't give you an exact number. This is from Kaylee Joanne Tyrrell? Something. What is the best nail polish to use, especially for the techniques and styles you use/do? I don't know. I mean, whenever I buy a new nail varnish, it's sort of just hit and miss, like what looks good, and then I just test it. But like, it depends, because you won't know until you get it, because sometimes a certain brand seems good, but then you get it in a different colour and it wasn't as good as the other one in a different colour. Like the pigment could be, like a good nail varnish, probably, like the best ones are like good pigmented, like a strong colour, so that you don't need as many coats, and they're better for nail art, because if you're drawing things above another colour, you don't want it to be really pale, you want it to just do one stroke and it's bold colour. So good pigment is good, and if you want to do a base coat, then a fast drying one, and if you want to do nail art, probably a slower drying one so that you can work with it more. But I don't really know what to recommend. Oh, I have a few Barry M ones. I like Barry M because that dries, it sets quite nicely. I don't know, I'm not good at brands and stuff. Just buy one that looks nice and see what happens. Also from Kaylee Joanne Tyrrell, I don't know which one. What made you start doing YouTube videos? I always wanted to do it but never felt confident to do so. Any tips or advice on how I could get started? Literally just get a camera, think of something to talk about and do it. That sounds really dumb, but that's pretty much all there is to it. Then obviously you can make it better by doing it at daytime, unlike me, so you can have more natural lighting. Doing it in front of a window can be useful with the natural lighting aspect. Look at the camera a lot, and if you have a camera that has a screen on it, don't spend the whole time looking at yourself in the screen, because it's really freaking obvious when you're doing that. Like, I don't have a screen on my camera, so I have a screen on my camera but I can't turn it around, so I can't watch myself as I do it. I either look at random things in my room or I try to look at the lens, but like when someone has a screen you can tell because they do this. Yeah. And it's really obvious and it's so annoying. It's like if you're having a conversation with someone in a bathroom or something, I don't know, yeah, and there's a mirror and you're trying to talk to them but they just spend the whole time looking at themselves in the mirror. That's what it feels like when you're watching someone who's clearly watching themselves on the screen. Just stop it. So don't do that. When like confidence is concerned, it's a lot easier once you get started. Like every time I make a video I spend about 10 minutes standing in front of my camera just sort of like and then I don't know why, and then once I start talking I just bumble a lot. Babble is a word with a B in it. And also if you feel when you're talking you sound really sort of like it's just awkward to watch, put music to it. It's really weird when you record it because obviously it's going to be silent. Don't record it with music, that is like the worst thing you can do. But then when you do edit it and then you put like a quiet backing song in it, makes it a little less sort of weird. This one is from Zach Walker. If you could be stuck on an island with either Kia or Andy, who would you pick and why? Well, I'm going to assume you mean Kia Kemp and Andy Biersack. I would have to pick Kia based on the fact that he is my fave. It would be really awkward if it was Andy, because when I met him at VIP show for a show. I met him at VIP for a show, and I struggled to communicate properly. In fact, because of my friend Sean, who went first and said to Andy, the next person really likes Kia Kemp because Fearless Vampire Killers was supporting the tour. When I went to speak to Andy, he just started talking about Kia Kemp. So I ended up having a conversation with Andy Biersack about like the person I fangirl over the most. It was a really odd situation, so I'd have to pick Kia because he's my fave, and also I think so that'd be quite bad as well because he probably knows that I'm a little obsessed with him. So it'd be I'd feel bad for him because I think if he had to be stuck on an island with anyone, probably wouldn't want it to be me. What would you say was your perfect evening? There's a lot of things I like doing. So the perfect evening would be like one where I don't get tired and I can just fit everything in one. It would have to involve, I can't order it or put it into any logical sense, but it would have to involve eating cheesy pasta, watching an episode of American Horror Story, going to a concert that included Black Veil Brides and Fearless Vampire Killers because they're always great when they play together, and then check my favourite bands, so that'd be fun. What else do I like doing that I could just throw in there? Staying in a hotel. Staying in hotels is fun. Staying in a hotel with like loads of people that I know, not strangers. Yeah, that'd be fun. End it with that, just because cool. But it'd have to be a cool hotel with like a lift and like cool rooms and stuff. Definitely the cheesy pasta. That is a requirement. Right, this one's from Anonymous. Someone told me they sent it, but I can't remember who it was. I think it was Lucy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lucy who sent me this. On a scale from 1 to hella, how much do you want Kia Kemp's children? I don't. I think that'd be weird. Surprisingly, no. No. It'd just be weird. I like the current relationship of I love him a lot and occasionally he acknowledges it. I like that. It's not complicated. Don't throw children in the mix. That's weird. If you could dye your hair any colour, what colour would you dye it? I've dyed it red, and I like it that colour. I wanted it red for a few years, so if I was gonna dye it any other colour, oh, I don't know. Nah, don't anything too weird. Nah, I like red. I'm gonna stick with red for a while. In capital letters, favourite food? Question mark. Well, I like cheesy pasta, obviously. I also really like grapes. Grapes are really nice. And chicken. Grapes and chicken. Yeah, that'd be good. R-U-A, spell all in the letters, not the words. Fuckboy. Are you a fuckboy? Boy is spelled V-O-I. I don't know what a fuckboy is. I'm gonna assume no. Snow or sun? Wait, lol, you don't get snow. That was rude. There is no need to mock the shitty weather we get here. Even if it is true. I prefer snow because I don't like hot weather. If you could be any type of supernatural, what would you be? Do you mean supernatural being? Because that doesn't... Is supernatural a noun or does it need a... That's an adjective, surely. I'm going to change this question to if you could be any type of supernatural being, what would you be? See, this depends, right? Because anything you pick could not actually be what you expected, because every type of supernatural being has been changed. Like the rules of their law their sort of biological law has been changed by everyone who does a version of it. I could say ghost, but it could end up that like I can actually walk through walls and I can actually like carry things up, and I'm just sort of stuck repeating events in my life. So that would suck. Seems like a lot of hassle. But I can't answer that because it's too risky. This is from Natasha Lewis. If you had a magical pet snail, what would you call it? What makes it magical? See, that depends. Its power, its magical power would probably influence its name. That I would think of something to do with its power. And it would probably be a really bad pun. But that's all the information I can give you. What would your last meal on Earth be? These questions really need some context behind them. What would your last meal on Earth be? If there was a zombie apocalypse, if I was about to be executed, if I was the only person on Earth. I need this context because, okay, if it was the last meal on, and also if it was the last meal on Earth, where am I going? Am I going to Mars? Am I going to the moon? Am I gonna eat again, just not on Earth? I mean, what is this? Films or TV? I like TV because there's more content. Whereas films are like, everything's like packed into like an hour and a half. And then you're sort of just like mind fucked by the end of it. Whereas like TV shows, it's like just ongoing. Yeah, I prefer TV. What is your screensaver? This video is so embarrassing and it's everyone on this thing's fault. And this question is from Natasha Lewis. My screensaver on my phone is a photo of me and Kia. I mean, most people already know that. I showed Andy Biosack my screensaver. It wasn't this photo, it was a photo of us from Takedown, but he saw it. Only because my phone was in front of him, because he just signed my phone case. But I did open it and it was like that, and he was just sort of like, okay. So, I can't be bothered to hold it closer to the camera so that you can see it properly. Then I'd have to refocus it and then I'd have to like focus my face again. So if you want to see that photo, just look on like my Instagram or on my Facebook, or pretty much anything. It's there. Also from Natasha Lewis, what would you name your first child? I don't know. It might be a girl, it might be a boy. The dad might want to pick, or try to anyway. How do you do your nails so well? How long have you been doing it for? First part of that question, practice mainly, because when I first started doing my nails and just like painting them with a colour, it was pretty messy as expected, and the left hand was just, well, doing it with the left hand was just tragic as expected. But then I just did it more, and then I was like, oh, I want to do this pattern, and then do it on the other hand. I just got better at it. So I've been doing my own nails for 3 or 4 years, but I've only been doing acrylic nails for about 2 months. I think I did these are the ones I have at the moment, and this is probably like my 8th or 9th set I've ever done. So I think, you know, it's coming along quite well, but that is after having 3 years practice with nail varnish and brushes and using both hands and stuff. So literally, if you feel like you're bad at painting your nails, so you don't do nail art, do nail art, even if it's bad, because then you'll get better at it, rather than just painting your nails really badly, one colour, and thinking, oh, I'm crap at this one, I can't do any nail art. Do it anyway, and try it, and then you'll get better. What is your idea of the day from hell? Well, if it was literally a day from hell, then there'd probably be a lot of fire, and Satan, like the actual, not just like a really bad day where like a few things went wrong and everyone's like, oh, this is the day from hell, like the literal day from hell. I think it would have to be an apocalypse and like the world would start like cracking open and like fire and like pits of lava come spewing out, and then like Satan comes up and Tenacious D have like a rock off with Satan, but they lose, and then like everyone dies because they didn't play the best song in the world. That is the day from hell. Anything you're looking forward to in 2015? I'm looking forward to Takedown, which is a festival in Southampton, and that's in March. And Marinox are headlining, which is great because I've only seen one song live. Long story, but yep, so that's going to be fun. And I'm also looking for, for this one, also I'm also looking forward to Fearless Vampire Killers Tour, which was going to be in February, but they've said today that they're rescheduling it, so I don't know when that will happen, but it will at some point. So I'm looking forward to that. In 2015, oh, that's a long year. Well, I should finish my, I will finish my A-levels, and then I'll get my results, and then I'll know if I got into uni or not. Hopefully I'll end up moving out and going to uni. So by the end of 2015, I should be somewhere else doing different things, so looking forward to that. Oh, and I'll turn 18. Do you actually like One Direction? I can't tell if you're joking. I'm not joking. I do like One Direction a lot, and I am gonna try and buy a ticket to see them tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully if I get a ticket to that, I'll be looking forward to that in 2015, because that'll be great. And if you haven't listened to the new album, you should, because it's really good. And Steal My Girl is not the best song on it. Like, I know that's the single, but nah. There's like Clouds and Change Ticket. They're in Stockholm Syndrome. Oh my god. This is from Glitter Kitty. This isn't a question. I don't know who you are. I hope you have a wonderful weekend because you're a wonderful person. Oh, that's cute. How many people did you send that to?